Hello everybody, welcome to Color Me Mine. We're doing some fun clay projects. This is polymer clay today, and what we're going to do in this video is make this awesome starfish guy. He's pretty cool, and I'm going to show you a really cool technique to make it really fun with this blue part, make it a little more exciting. But don't forget to check out our other videos. We're making some cool ceramics and also this clay fairy house. We have some fun animals and then a cool lucky horseshoe. So don't forget to check those videos out too. All right, so now let's get started. We have some fun tools for us. We have a skewer, a marker to roll things out. We have our template. And then I like to put my pieces on this plastic bag. That way it won't stick to the table. All right, so let's get started by warming up our clay. You can see I already started that a little bit. So we're warming our clay up in our hands. Gonna roll, roll, roll. Get it nice and warm. Some colors take longer than others to warm up, and that's okay. So I'm just making it into a worm for now. I can take my other color and warm it up. Now that blue is from this blue clay, but that's okay because it comes off and I don't need this to be like a pure white color. Plus that's what sinks are for. Make sure to wash your hands often. All right, so now that I have my two worms that you saw me squish out, you can also roll out if you need. We're gonna set them together. Squeeze, squeeze, and then I'm going to do, let's see, this hand is going to go this way, and this hand is going to go this way. So we're gonna, see, roll it like this, and they're twisting up. Twist, twist, broke off, that's okay. We can fold it now, and then we can roll it. Roll, roll, roll. Then we can twist it more, and look how cool that's becoming. Getting all those cool twisties. And then we can roll it like a snail if we want. Now, this could be good to start with if we wanted, or we can squeeze it, roll it out, and do a little more twisties. Now this is turning out more white than blue, and if you like that, that's perfectly awesome because you guys can do whatever color you want really. But if you wanted it more blue, you can keep squishing it up. You can add a little more blue if you like, or when you start you can add a little less white. So I'm rolling, rolling, and I'm going to curl it up one last time. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm just squishing. I'm going to press it in on itself. All right, and then we can do the other side. That looks pretty cool too. I might use this part of my hand to squish. That makes it nice and flat. And then at this point, if you're having trouble squishing, you can use this. Now this is the shape we're actually going for after it's been mixed how we want it. We can roll it out, and every so often when you're rolling, you want to turn it like that. You don't want to turn it all the way around, just a little bit. That way you can get a nice round circle. All right, let's see if my template is big enough. It looks like it is. So what I'm going to do is press gently. It kind of sticks in. Now what we can do is add our skewer, and we're going to lightly go in. I'm not going all the way in just yet. I'm tracing around. So we're gonna go all the way around. Now you notice this is about like 1/4 of an inch thick. You can do it a little thicker if you want. Oh, that's falling, but that's okay. We'll just line it back up. And we're gonna go around. What color are you gonna do your starfish? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's always cool to see how other people like to be creative, don't you think? Can go around, and now that I'm all the way up, I'm going to use the tip or I can go like that. That worked pretty easy last time, didn't it? Okay, so now you can kind of see the star shape, the starfish. So now I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna move around. So you notice right now I'm doing it on the table, and that's okay because we're moving it so often it doesn't have a chance to get stuck. Now notice the way I'm doing these legs is I'm going around on one side, and then I go to the center of these two and go back up. I'm never like going inward. That way it doesn't squish onto the inside. You see how they like poke out a little bit, and that's okay because that's, as you notice, this is smaller. That's because we're going to extend these parts. So we're cutting around. We can move our excess off to the side. Look at that inside. It's pretty cool, isn't it? All right, so we move our excess off to the side, and now we have our starfish. But now we have to kind of shape him. So I'm gonna pinch gently on these edge parts so they're softer. And then we can pinch this into a little point. So we're kind of rounding it out. There we go. Now this one I cut a little bit too thin, so I'll show you how to fix that. But we're pinching, just gently shaping because we want it to be a point, like a little triangle. There we go. Now we kind of have his body. I'm going to press it down slightly so we can see how the center is going. Now again, this guy, this little one is a little bit small, so what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of that excess we had. I'm gonna squish it to make it look how I want, and we're gonna press it. And because we have that marble, you can't really even notice that it wasn't a part of there, huh? All right, and I'm gonna squish flat so that these can get a little bit wider. There we go. Then I'm gonna gently pull it because now it's kind of stuck here. There we go. And now this is where our plastic comes in. So then it doesn't get stuck to the table and get misshapen afterward. Okay. So now we need the little sucker parts because how's he gonna stick anywhere if he doesn't have those? So I'm gonna set those, and then that's where our third color comes in. So what you do is you just pinch a little bit off. Now this would be a good chance to, a good time to wash off your hands just as a heads up, because then you can get that blue off your hands if that's the color you're using. So I just pinch a teeny tiny bit, teeny tiny, and then you can roll it in your hand to make it small. And if you see, so we have a couple of teeny ones and then a couple of big ones, okay? So it looks like kind of goes in a triangle too. And then we have the tiny ones. So I'm going to start with the tiny ones. Now what you'll notice is the tiny ones are in the center and they go out from these like corner bits. So they kind of flow with those ones. And then these ones are on the actual like star bit. So here's my little one, and then I'll make another one. Leaning on the table isn't healthy. There we go. So I got two little ones. Get 3. And if you need, it's always good to take stretch breaks while you're working. So you can raise your hands up to the sky. Say, hello, sun. All right, and then we have one more to go. So then those are my tiny ones. And then to make the bigger ones, you just grab a little more piece of clay. You notice I'm mostly using my fingers for these to squish it, but you can do the rolling in your fingers, you can roll on your palm, and then that's like a bigger one. Now, I know they have bumps, but we're gonna get to that, I promise. So first, let's take our little ones. Again, we're putting them on the corner bit, like in the center, but one of the words you'd use is like parallel to this. You're basically going in a line to that little bit. So now we're gonna put that one there. We're gonna follow this one, and we're trying to put it in kind of a circle. Put that one there. Here's our last little one. Almost looks like a smiley face, doesn't it? All right, so now we have our little center ones. This is where we use our skewer again. We're going to stick the point right into that dot, and that creates the sucker. So you go boop. Now you notice I'm kind of holding it down, that way it doesn't lift up with the skewer. We go boop, boop. Now I'm not gonna make you see all of the circles being made, so I pre-did some. So now we're gonna put these in their places. Oh, that one, I did a lot, so we don't have to do all of them. So now we have our little suckers. So this is how they like stick to glass and other rocks and things. And I think this one is only gonna have 3 in a row this time, because he's a little thinner than the other. Now if you want it to be like longer, you can keep making these, you can keep rolling them a little bit and stretching them, but you by no means have to. This is your creation. You are the artist. All right, and last, oh, not last one, I'm forgetting our last little guy. Oops, poor thing. I didn't forget you. Okay, so now we have them all there. I'm gonna set this guy aside, move that. Now again, we're gonna use our skewer. We're actually gonna use the other side for these first ones. We're gonna squish, and I'm gonna hold up, squish, squish, boop. Make all the funny noises while you do art, right? Art's supposed to be a good time. So now again, for these ones, I'm using this part because they're much smaller. You can swirl it around to make it wider if you want. Now as I'm doing this, I'm not going all the way into the blue, okay? Because we don't want to make holes. So we're just going in. All right, almost there. And our last one. Look at that. He's looking pretty cool. Now he's pretty fragile right now, so we want to be gentle with it. And we're gonna slightly pat these down, make sure they're in the shape we want. And then you can ask a parent or guardian to help you cook this. Now it cooks in the oven at 275 degrees for about 15 minutes. So again, you want to be fragile because he's pretty wibbly wobbly, but you'll cook it in the oven again for 275 degrees for about 15 minutes, and then you want them to cool afterward before you touch them so you don't burn your fingers. And then lastly, it should be cooked on like a piece of tin foil, or you can do a glass like casserole dish. But make sure to get a parent or guardian's help for that part, okay? I don't want you guys hurting your fingers at all. But thanks so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cool things. And check out our other clay classes and painting videos too, okay? Bye-bye.